Were you raised by your father and mother?
Yes.
Both?
Yes.
And who were you closest to?
I think maybe my father.
And what was that like being close to your father?
I mean, it was a good thing. I'm blessed to have a father that I was able to be close to.
That's
so
right.
I think I don't want to ever take that for granted.
You respect him?
Yes.
Why? What type of man is he?
Very kind man, and he's also very hardworking.
Right.
So
That's good. And what type of person your mother?
very gentle, nurturing, caring.
Oh, okay. How about you? Were you raised by both parents?
Yeah, somewhat. My parents weren't together for most of my life.
Were they married and they broke up, or they never married?
They were engaged when I was born, but
Really?
they were never married.
Were you close to your father at any point?
It was a strained relationship, but I knew him. We lived together for periods of times throughout my life. We weren't the closest, but we just had like our own little rifts and stuff.
Right. And why would that happen?
I was kind of, resentful as a kid. The fact that, he wasn't, we weren't like a cohesive family, and it was a constant maze trying to navigate how my family worked, because I had brothers, I had a half brother, and he had half brothers and half sisters, and I had a other half sister and a full sister, so it was like, and stuff like that.
Did you ever tell him that you were resentful, and why?
We've had, I wouldn't say we've had like long discussions about it. I think we've kind of talked about it, but it hasn't really been, there's never been a full conversation.
Why not?
It's a tough conversation to have, I believe. It's to kind of confront your father about how he affected your life.
Right.
And how he kind of made you feel growing up, because I mean, it's not even because he's not a bad guy, and he's definitely trying a lot harder now as we're adults and my sisters are having kids, so he's trying to fix the mistakes that he made long ago. So it's kind of been harder to confront him about those mistakes when I can already like visibly see him working towards trying to correct those.
You want to confront him about them, right?
Not particularly. No, it's a hard conversation that I don't even really want to have.
Why not?
Because I mean, it opens up, it opens up a lot of emotions that I don't really want to. I guess don't really want to deal with.
Why not?
For one, like I said, he's trying harder. He's trying to be there, and I don't want to hurt him by telling him how he hurt me, and
Stan, what would you recommend to Thomas? That he talk to his father about this or not?
I definitely think he should.
I do too. A real man deal with situations. He doesn't run away from them. A man that says, "Oh, I don't really want to hurt his feelings. I don't want to have to awaken emotions." Does that sound like a woman?
It doesn't sound like a man.
Men face things. They go and deal with those difficult moments. That's how you become a man. If you run away from them, you're never going to become a man. And your father doesn't realize how much hurt you had and still have by him not being there, being the example that you could look at and love your father. And you're never going to have peace until you deal with your father. You don't have to attack him. Just go and say, I've been mad at you because I needed you there. And you weren't there, and I don't feel love. I don't even know how to be a man because you were not there for me, and I'm sorry for holding that against you. How difficult is that?
Yeah, and when you put it on paper, it does sound pretty easy.
Yeah, it's just in your mind that it's difficult. It's not difficult.
I went through the same thing.
You did?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, like when I started, I guess, trying to be more introspective, I think martial arts, jiu-jitsu really helped me with that.
Yeah.
And I started realizing that a lot of the traits, a lot of things that my behavior comes from my relationship with things that my father did for me growing up, the way he acted, kids mimic, the behavior I observed, how he treated me was a reflection of how I would see myself.
That's right.
And I didn't know how to let him know, look, man, you gotta change the way you treat me, but I also have to change the way I treat myself but you have to see that I'm trying. So the
Yeah.
more I started doing it and trying to do it in a nice way with the right kind of energy, the right kind of intent, he started feeling that and he started respecting that slowly.
Yes.
And it started balancing itself out. But it took a while for him to start seeing that.
Yeah.
But for the longest time, I definitely didn't want to, like he said, I didn't want to cause him any pain because then he might think he's a failure or he did a bad thing as a father. And that's the
Yeah.
last thing I wanted to do because that would make me feel bad. But I have to face that.
That's right.
Like you said, the only
Yeah.
way to change it is by facing it and talking to him.
And did you feel better once you dealt with him?
For sure, it's
Yeah.
changing everything because I didn't know what I was feeling depressed about. I didn't know what I was feeling guilty about.
That's
I couldn't
right.
pinpoint it. And then I'm like, oh, okay, now I realize.
You're never going to be a man until you can forgive your father and mother.